Hey, what's up? This is PJ Jacobson. Make sure you watch MotoAmerica on YouTube and you like and subscribe.
Medallia Superbike race number 2. You're going to see those lights go off, and we're going to be racing. The number 1 plate gets a decent launch. Petrucci, not so much. He's going to be relegated back to 4th for the moment, but is it going to be the 45 who gets the whole shot? No, up the inside. It looked like it was one of the Tyler. PJ Jacobson had it for a second.
Yeah, it's hard to tell those guys apart. Is it Cam Peterson there with Matthew Skultz right behind him? Better start today for Petrucci. He's there in 3rd, and then it looks like Cam, or I'm sorry, PJ, and then Gagne.
So sorting itself out. No big moment for Petrucci in turn number 2, as he learned what the Dunlops are like on that first lap. Oh, is it going to be a bid for the lead? No.
He thought about it, didn't he? He thought about taking a shot at the inside there as they were going into the turn 7-8 area. Now they're going to come up over the top of this hill. This turns 9. This is a fast turn 10 down here to a first real hard braking of this lap. Gagne just definitely did not get the start he wants. Here comes Petrucci having to go. He's not going to be able to make it. All
right, so fresh and lean progressive Yamahas. Cameron Peterson leading the way from his fellow countryman from South Africa, Matthew Skultz on the Westby Racing number 11. And then there's the Warhorse HSBK Ducati New York entrant number 9, Petrucci, who's using the power of that Ducati.
Somebody's bike is smoking, Greg.
Yeah, someone's
looks like somebody's bike was smoking there, and I thought it was PJ Jacobson's. I believe PJ just pulled off there. Yeah, he's got a problem. You can see that, and you can see Gagne was in the draft, and he wasn't quite sure if he should be there or not. PJ just has a look behind him. He's going to see a lot of smoke. That bike's lost power.
All right, so teething issues for the Tytler Cycles entry. So PJ looks like he's going to be out. Cameron Peterson still leading the way now from Petrucci. Takes over 2nd spot, looking for his 2nd win. Obviously early days, working lap 1 of 14. The question is, where is the number 1 plate? So for PJ, unfortunate, but you know, he'll be back.
This team is brand new. These guys have had a really good weekend. That's the first little problem that we've seen. Petrucci goes up underneath Cam Peterson as they get ready to complete lap 1 here. He's going to have all 3 of those Yamahas behind him now. Gagne, first lap really racing, and it's his first lap, Greg, since Friday afternoon. So it's going to take him a couple laps, and like Raj said in our pre-show, he doesn't have that data to look at overnight. So a little bit of a slow start for Gagne, as is to be expected, but the guy out front is not worried about that. You can see that gap already starting to stretch out a little bit on the number 9.
Danilo Petrucci, here from MotoGP after retiring last year, gets to visit with all of his paddock family this weekend on a racetrack he's very familiar with. Raced plenty of MotoGP races here. 2 MotoGP race credit to his credit. Oh, and there's Cameron Peterson trying to make the most on acceleration from that Dunlop tire.
Well, Matthew snuck up underneath him. He saw that lap ago there. We saw him try the same exact move. This time Matthew made it work. If Petrucci keeps showing +0 on his pit board, he's going to be like, wow, I didn't get away. Yesterday at this time, Petrucci had already run a 2:08.6, and Skultz has been
nice
going
big
up
lunge
underneath him there in turn 11. 2:08.6 yesterday on Petrucci's 2nd or 3rd lap. So when you look at this 2:09.2 that Matthew Skultz just did, he is trying to up the pace.
Great lunge by Matthew Skultz to move Petrucci out of the way, but then again, here comes Ducati horsepower. Is Skultz gonna send it into turn number 11? He does, he gets position, and he's able to get the bike turned, but can he get a drive? So, once again, Matthew Skultz takes over the lead. Petrucci looking for a tighter line.
If he is still able to attack those corners the way he is. The other thing is if you notice, see how sideways he's getting? That's going to hurt drive a little bit there as well. And that Ducati should be able to draft by this lap just based off of that slide.
Plus, Petrucci gets a shot at what Matthew Skultz is doing through that S section. And the question becomes for the number 9, can he match that pace now that he understands the line?
So Petrucci talking about his physical abilities, and he went on in conversation back in the paddock earlier to compare himself to Matthew Skultz, and he actually said, you know, Skultz is young, he's really fit. He said, I'm not as young and I'm nowhere near as fit. And he said that in the race yesterday, if Skultz had been there to actually battle with him, he didn't feel like he was in a position physically to battle back. So as you watch these two go back and forth, remember all of the pain and the injury that Petrucci is dealing with in this first round.
Jimmy, that's a great report, but I'll tell you right now, the bike that Petrucci has underneath him right now just looks like it might be working ever so slightly a little bit better as we see another pass for the lead. These guys are going back and forth. Matthew is making Petrucci uncomfortable. That's what he wants to do right now. And when it comes to a straight pulling her tail off. That's all that was. You know, when it comes to a straight up fight, Matthew is definitely wanting to disrupt the flow of what that Ducati's capable of.
Very even keeled. He said maybe he can take some chances, be a little bit more aggressive in the beginning on the tire, and there's 2/3 of the race.
Oh, sorry, Hannah. Sorry, Hannah. What a lunge by Schultz to take over the lead heading on to turn number 11. And boy, Jason, what a risky move.
But between these two guys here and those two attack bikes are going to be up there with the leaders.
Schultz had to look over his shoulder, and you just get the feeling that they are just destroying these rear Dunlop tires. They're working them really hard. Another pass for the lead, and Schultz gets right back at it, but Petrucci's got the line. And Petrucci knows, Jay, from Schultz leading through this section, he needs to lead through these S's because it is so one line here, because it's where Schultz has the largest advantage. As we look, a shot in the arm for a rider who retired just a few months ago, back on track, and he comes to the checkered flag and takes his second victory in a row. So 2 for 2 for Petrucci and the Warhorse HSBK Racing team. Teammates will come across the line. It'll be Gagne who will take third place over Cameron Peterson by 1/10 of a second. So it's Petrucci, Schultz, Gagne, Peterson as we await the arrival of Richie Escalante and the rest of the field. Congratulations by the visiting MotoGP paddock as we take a look at his race pace, Jason, and that's what we talked about. It's the ability to dig deep. He did it early yesterday to make up a gap, and then once he got out front for the final time, it was digging deep to try to break away from Matthew Schultz, and that's exactly what happened. What racecraft, Jason. We saw literally a rider learn from one lap where his competitor's strengths and weakness were, and he capitalized on it and was able to turn that into a race victory.
Absolutely.